Okay, well, first of all, it's great credit to the RTE Investigates for their work. I was dreading the programme because I knew what the programme was going to show. And the reason I knew is because practically everything in that programme has been brought up by me and other deputies here, not just once, but continually over the years. So I really feel like standing up and saying today, well, look, we told you so. Recently, our amendments to ban the export of greyhounds to countries like China and Pakistan with no animal welfare were defeated. Our arguments were based on evidence and on facts. And I go back to a 2016 letter that was written to the Minister, that was also included to our Bord na Gán as they were there, and to the Chinese ambassador, with information from the three main welfare groups in Ireland and from international welfare groups that any greyhounds that were going from here to the likes of the Macau, they were going to certain death, not to mention the cruelty and the abuse beforehand. I'd also reference at my time at the committee and in here the numbers of greyhounds, Irish greyhounds, who are on stud books and on breeding establishment books in China. And I mentioned the fact that rescue groups who take our greyhounds back from those countries, they don't want them to come back to Ireland, such as the possibility of abuse here. And it was the IGB who looked for the export permissions back in 2011. This is not a minority group we're talking about. It's actually the majority of greyhound owners who are abusive to their animals.
Deputy Collins, 1 minute.
First question is, why did you, the Minister, why did the IGB, why did the Department have to wait for the programme? Because we were telling you all this already. I also mentioned that Italy and France have banned the export of their dogs to countries like China, the US and Australia also. Commercial airlines won't take greyhounds if they know that's where they're going. And if I just go back to the coursing, my bill to ban live hair coursing was defeated. But it was based on the evidence that we had in the programme the other night of what's going on. Now we have appalling injuries to the hares as well. And one of the answers was, well, look, it's better to have the coursing licence. But we all knew that there was unlicensed stuff going on. And if you noted at the programme, Minister, as well, the number of people from the licensed coursing clubs who were attending those meetings. Now, there was a big hoo-ha about the FAI and about REPAC and their government funding. Why is the same not being applied to the IGB, the amount of funding that they're getting? Why is it not withheld until we see these particular issues? You know, we're treating, because it's animals or whatever. The IGB were aware that injured dogs were being forced to run in races and that they were being given morphine so that they could run. It's an absolute disgrace, this industry.
I think I'm